Good morning, dear young minds. Welcome back to biology session. How are you all? Right, good. Come back to situation. Today, our hot concept biomolecules. In previous session, we have discussed cell the unit of life. I told cell the unit of life has more weightage, minimum 3 questions, maximum 5 questions to be covered from cell the unit of life. After completion of that next chapter, biomolecules, it has minimum 2 to 3 questions, minimum 2 questions, and maximum 3 questions I am expecting in final NEET objective exam. Clear? Last 2020 NEET exam, only 2 questions covered from biomolecules. What are 2 questions? One question from enzymes. One question from enzymes. And second question from cofactors. Coenzymes, cofactors. There are 2 questions covered from this chapter. So minimum 2 questions and maximum 3 questions may ask from this chapter. Okay, come back to situation. Biomolecules. How to analyze chemical composition of non-living matter or living matter. Very simple concept. Both non-living matter and living matter contain large number of elements, several thousands of elements like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, calcium, magnesium, iron, silicon, like this all types of elements, several thousands of elements commonly present in both non-living matter and living matter. Non-living matter, example, earth crust. Select a small piece of earth crust and perform research on earth crust. Obviously, you yourself notify various types of elements. Similarly, living matter like plant cells, that means plant parts, animal parts also consists of several thousands of elements. So better select any soft tissue of plant body or animal body. According to NCERT, I selected liver. Take one mortar and one pistol. Collect a small piece of animal liver, because liver is very soft in nature, easy for grinding. So take one mortar, collect liver, place liver into mortar, then add a few drops of trichloroacetic acid. Trichloroacetic acid, Cl3CCOH. Cl3CCOH, trichloroacetic acid. Add few drops of trichloroacetic acid. Then gently grind it up to some time extent. Then take one empty beaker. Beaker closed with cheesecloth, that means filter paper. That slurry mass is there, no? Slurry mass pour on filter paper. Some amount pass through filter paper, that is called filtrate. The part of this solution pass through filter paper called filtrate. The part of the substance present on the surface of the filter paper called retentant. Filtrate, retentant. And the scientists performed experiments on acid soluble pool and acid insoluble pool. They found finally acid soluble pool consists of several thousands of elements than to that of acid insoluble matter. Acid insoluble matter consists of just a limited number of elements, whereas acid soluble pool contains several thousands of elements. Clear? Mostly acid insoluble pool contain large molecules called biomacromolecules. Biomacromolecules, example, proteins, carbohydrates, nucleic acids, etc. P for protein, C for carbohydrate, I wrote short form. Proteins, carbohydrates and nucleic acids. These three are bio macromolecules. Rest of the all are bio micromolecules. Even fats also bio micromolecules. It is not exactly bio macromolecules, bio micromolecules only, because fats molecular weight just 18 to 800 daltons. Fats molecular weight 18 to 800 daltons, whereas proteins, carbohydrates and fats has their molecular weight greater than 10,000 daltons, means more than 10,000 daltons. Understood now? So proteins, carbohydrates and nucleic acids are together called biomacromolecules. Their molecular weight more than 10,000 daltons. Daltons units measurements. Whereas fats are biomicromolecules. Their molecular weight 18 to 800 daltons, maximum below 1000. Below 1000. But where do you observe fats means in acid insoluble pool, along with the proteins, carbohydrates and nucleic acids. We can identify fats in acid insoluble pool, but it is not strictly biomacromolecule. It is not strictly biomacromolecule. It is biomicromolecule only based on their molecular weight. That's all. That is about how to analyze various types of elements in both non-living matter and living matter. The NCERT book, one box point given. Go through box point. Various types of elements and their percentage in earth crust and animal tissues clearly mentioned, like hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron, silicon, all elements and their percentage clearly given in box point. My suggestion, once go through box point. That's all. One more box is there. In that, some inorganic solutes, their symbols. Suppose calcium Ca2 plus, magnesium Mg2 plus, potassium K plus. Like the some symbols also given. Once go through that box point also. Clear, right? Next to amino acids. Next topic, amino acids. Amino acids. As all of you know, amino acids are also one of the biomacromolecule. All proteins are basically made up of amino acids. Adjacent amino acids join with each other with peptide bond. According to NCERT, there are 20 amino acids. There are 20 amino acids. Out of 20, 10 are essential amino acids, rest of the 10 are non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids, short form. Non-essential amino acids, short form. I wrote short form here, try to understand. Essential amino acids 10, non-essential amino acids also 10, total 20. Clear? Understood now? Suppose some examples of essential amino acids. Methionine, proline, phenylalanine, lysine, leucine, threonine. Some examples of essential amino acids. The non-essential amino acids, arginine, okay, aspartic acid, glutamic acid, glutamine, glycine, serine. These are some examples of non-essential amino acids. Okay, once you go through box point and you try to remember triple letter code and single letter code of amino acids. This topic already covered in second year syllabus, molecular basis of inheritance. When you study about the genetic code, okay, there you might have understood clearly all 20 amino acids, their triple letter code and single letter code. The same topic once revised here also. Clear? Amino acid general formula: C, CH, COOH NH3. This is general formula of amino acids. General formula. Clear? Okay. Deuterionic form. Deuterionic form also important. CH NH NH3 plus, or R is variable group, COO minus. It is deuterionic form. Deuterionic form. And the one NH2 CH or COO minus. Positive charge, negative charge. Look here, deuterionic form always form between amino acids, in between amino acids. First amino acid, second amino acid, third amino acid. It is substitution of methane group. It is substitution of methane group, CH4 methane group. Substitution of methane group. R is variable group, amino group, carboxyl group. Hence amino acid is substitution of methane group, CH4. Deuterionic form contain one positive charge, one negative charge. One positive charge and one negative charge. It makes direct contact between adjacent amino acids. That is called deuterionic form. Important for NEET objective exam. Clear? Next, classification of amino acids. Acidic amino acids. Acidic, basic and neutral. Neutral amino acid. Acidic example glutamic acid, short form GLU. Basic example lysine. Neutral example serine, etc. See, acidic, basic, neutral amino acids, their classification important. Don't forget. Understood now? Are you getting my point? Because, neutral, lysine, okay, neutral valine, basic lysine. This is 2020 NEET objective exam question. 2020 NEET exam question. Okay. Remember, don't forget, these types of questions frequently asking from this chapter. Right? So classification of amino acids also important. These are the main points to be covered from amino acids. All proteins are basically made up of polypeptides. And all polypeptides are fundamentally made up of amino acids. That is briefly about amino acids. Next to lipids. Lipids, so just now I said that lipids are a type of biomicromolecules. Biomicromolecule, their molecular weight just 18 to 800 Daltons. Clear? Lipids broadly can be classified into two parts. Because complex lipids break down into simple fatty acids and glycerols. Simple fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, fatty acids again are of two kinds: saturated, unsaturated. Complex lipids break down into simple fatty acids and glycerols. Fatty acids again are of two kinds: saturated fatty acids and unsaturated fatty acids. Saturated means without double bond. Saturated means with double bond. Too many double bond. Saturated fatty acids, some examples: palmitic acid, stearic acid, arachidonic acid. In palmitic acid, number of carbons maximum 16, include carboxyl carbon. General formula: CH2 taken 14, COOH, CH3. This is general formula of palmitic acid. So palmitic acid contain total 16 carbons. 16 carbons include carboxyl carbon. Here 14 carbons, 15, 16. Next, stearic acid contains 18 carbons, include carboxyl carbon. Clear? Next, arachidonic acid contain 20 carbons, include carboxyl carbon. So number of carbons 1 to 19. Include carboxyl carbon 20. So 3 examples very important for NEET object exam. Remember, don't forget. Clear? That is about saturated fatty acids. Unsaturated fatty acids, example: linoleic acid and linolenic acid. These 2 examples. Clear? Linoleic acid, linolenic acid. These 2 are the examples of unsaturated fatty acids. That's all. Next to glycerol. Glycerol, a type of simple lipid. Glycerol are of three kinds. Monoglycerides, diglycerides, and triglycerides. Glycerols are a type of simple lipids because complex lipids break down into simple fatty acids and glycerols. Glycerol are of three kinds: monoglycerides, diglycerides, and triglycerides. Glycerol general formula: CH2, CH, CH2, OH, OH, OH. This is general formula of glycerol. A group of 3 glycerol called triglycerides. A group of 2 glycerols called diglycerides. Single means monoglycerides. That's all. Understood? Glycerols again are of 2 kinds: fats and oils. Fats and oils. Fats has higher melting point, whereas oils has lower melting point. Oil example: gingerly oil. Important. NCERT book example. Hence, once I repeat, glycerols again are of 2 kinds: Fats, oils. Fats, usually fats available in the market. Example, vanaspati, dalda, best example of fats. Fats has higher melting point. Usually fats are semi-solid in nature, semi-solid or solid in nature, whereas oils has lower melting point. They have more layer, that means they have lower melting point. Best example, gingerly oil. Clear? Next to phospholipid. Phospholipid. Best example, lecithin. Best example, lecithin. Lecithin chemical structure clearly mentioned in NCERT. You once go through NCERT chemical structures. All of you practice chemical structures. Suppose amino acids. 3 amino acids chemical structures mentioned. Example, glycine, alanine. Okay, glycine, alanine, serine. 3 amino acids structure clearly given in NCERT. Once go through chemical structures. When variable group, in case of amino acids, when variable group is replaced with hydrogen H, then it is known as glycine. If variable group is replaced with methyl CH3, methyl group, then that is called alanine. When variable group is replaced with hydroxymethyl, then it is known as serine. So glycine chemical structure, alanine chemical structure, serine chemical structure, all are important. Clear? Next, similarly, lecithin, a type of phospholipid, chemical structure given in NCERT book. Once roughly go through chemical structure and practice, don't forget. One more, cholesterol chemical structure also clearly mentioned. Cholesterol chemical structure. This is the chemical structure of cholesterol. OH group, hydroxyl group. Cholesterol. Okay. First carbon, second carbon, third carbon, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Total 27 carbons are there. 27 carbons. Okay. So this is the chemical structure of cholesterol. A, B, C, D. Basically, cholesterol is made up of 4 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rings. Out of 4, 3 hexose rings and 1 pentose ring. It is tail attached with pentose ring. Number of carbons 27 carbons. Hydrogen is 45. General formula C27H45 and OH. This is general formula of cholesterol. One hydroxyl group attached with third carbon. Only one hydroxyl group attached with third carbon at first ring, first hexagonal ring. That is the structure of cholesterol. This structure is also important. Lecithin chemical structure also important. Triglycerides, glycerol. So many chemical structures clearly given in NCERT. My suggestion: roughly go through once chemical structures. Practice once or twice or thrice on paper or on slate. That is compulsory. Next to I told phospholipids. Phospholipids, where it is present means cell membrane. All cell membranes like plant cell membrane, animal cell membrane, bacterial cell membrane, all cell organelles cell membrane also basically made up of phospholipids. Like nucleus, RER, SER, Golgi complex, lysosomes, ribosomes, all cell organelles, their membrane is basically made up of phospholipids and proteins. Okay, phospholipid example lecithin, that's all, right? Next to primary secondary metabolites. Primary and secondary metabolites. Primary and secondary metabolites. Metabolites means end products of metabolism. End products of metabolism called metabolites. Primary metabolites are of various kinds. Proteins, carbohydrates and fats are called primary metabolites. Proteins or carbohydrates and fats. I wrote short form. Please try to understand. Proteins, carbohydrates and fats are called primary metabolites. Primary metabolites essential for plant growth and development. Other than primary metabolites are called secondary metabolites. Okay, mostly plant doesn't require secondary metabolites, but secondary metabolites are very essential for human welfare. It has more economic importance. In NCERT book, one box point given about secondary metabolites. Go through box point, by heart box point, practice box point on paper or on slate. That is essential. Don't do neglect. My suggestion. Clear? Suppose some examples of secondary metabolites. So, pigments. Okay, pigments example: carotene pigments, xanthophyll pigments, chlorophyll pigments, etc. Next, alkaloids. Alkaloids example: there are several types of alkaloids: tannins, resins, gums, latex, and many other polymeric substances. Essential oil example: lemongrass oil. Okay, drugs example: vinblastine and curcumin. Understood na? Are you getting my point? Next, lectin example: concanavaline A. So like this, one box point given. My suggestion: once you go through box point, I am expecting at least one question compulsorily from box point. And terpenoids example: monoterpenes, diterpenes, etc. Clear? That is about primary and secondary metabolites. I am expecting at least one question compulsorily from secondary metabolites particularly. Next, bio micromolecules, bio macromolecules. Bio micro and bio macromolecules. Bio micromolecules example: fats, water and inorganic solutes or salts. Whereas Biomacromolecules example: proteins, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids. Nucleic acids. I read short form. Try to understand. Biomicromolecules molecular weight. Its molecular weight 18 to 800 Daltons. While biomacromolecules molecular weight greater than 10,000 Daltons. Greater than 10,000 Daltons. So the differences, their molecular weight important for NEET objective exam along with examples. Clear? Acid soluble pool contain biomicromolecules, whereas acid insoluble fraction contain large number of biomacromolecules. But basically fats present in acid insoluble fraction, but when we weigh their molecular weight, it comes under biomicromolecules. Clear? Next, in NCERT book, an average composition of living cell given. Living cell contain water, proteins, carbohydrates, nucleic acids, and many other ions. Their percentage important. Once go through box point, my suggestion. Suppose percentage of water 70 to 90%, proteins 10 to 15%, carbohydrates 2%, nucleic acids 5 to 7%, ions 1%. But box point also important. Sometimes question paper setter focus on box point, particularly based on values. Clear? Next, proteins. Just now I told proteins are biomacromolecules. Proteins otherwise called body builders. Total plant body, animal body, microbes body, fungus body, all living organisms, their body basically made up of proteins. Hence proteins are called body builders. All proteins are made up of several polypeptides chains. Every polypeptide basically made up of several amino acids. Adjacent amino acids join with each other with peptide bond. Number of peptide bonds are many in polypeptide chain. Hence it is known as polypeptide chain. Polypeptide chain means what? A chain which contain many peptide bonds is called polypeptide chain. Clear? Are you getting my point? Always peptide bond found between carboxyl group of one amino acid, and amino group of next amino acid. These two join to form peptide bond. That is the importance of peptide bond. Clear? Basically all enzymes are made up of proteins. All hormones are made up of proteins. Regarding proteins, one box point clearly given in NCERT. My suggestion, once go through box point. In 2020 NEET exam, final NEET exam, one question asked from this area. That is GLUT1. What is the function of GLUT1? GLUT stands for glucose transporter 1. Glucose transporter 1. Okay. For not one, GLUT4. Okay, glucose transporter 1, glucose transporter 2, many varieties are there. 1 of 4 are. One only correct. Glucose transporter 1. It enables entry of glucose into the cell. It enables entry of glucose into the cells. Some other examples: collagen, a protein; Important for object exam. Collagen is the most abundant protein in entire animal world. In entire animal world. Rubisco, another enzyme. All enzymes are made up of proteins except one enzyme, that is ribozyme. Ribozyme. Okay, ribozyme is a type of RNase enzyme. RNase enzyme present in prokaryotes. Example, bacteria. Except ribozyme enzyme, rest of the all enzymes basically made up of proteins. Hence, Rubisco, a type of enzyme, ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase. Ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase, an enzyme. Another enzyme, collagen. Sorry, another protein, collagen. Collagen protein. Collagen is most abundant protein in entire animal world, while Rubisco also abundant enzyme in entire biosphere. Entire biosphere means total universe, include globe, because the number of plants population is high on the earth than to that of animals. Obviously, Rubisco enzyme present in plants, absent in animals. Hence, Rubisco is most abundant enzyme in entire biosphere. Important objective questions, don't forget. Some other examples: trypsin, an enzyme, a protein; insulin, a hormone, a type of protein; all sensory organs also basically made up of proteins. These are some examples of proteins. Once go through box point, my suggestion, don't do neglect. Box points important for objective exam. From box, GLUT 4, GLUT 1, one question asked from 2020 NEET objective exam. In 2020 NEET objective exam. GLUT 1 or GLUT 4? GLUT 4 correct answer. Confusing, right? That is about proteins. Next to polysaccharides. Polysaccharides, a type of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate also another type of biomacromolecule. Poly means many, saccharides means chain like threads, called polysaccharide. Basically, carbohydrates are of various kinds: monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. But monosaccharides, oligosaccharides topic not given in NCERT, only polysaccharides topic only mentioned. So you focus on polysaccharides, that's enough. Clear? Polysaccharides, some examples: starch, inulin, cellulose, glycogen, etc. First to starch. As all of you know, starch, all plants prepare food in the form of glucose, and due to continuous accumulation of glucose converted into starch. Then starch temporarily stored in stroma of the chloroplast. Clear? While transporting, starch convert into sucrose. In the form of sucrose, food translocated to all parts of the plant through phloem sieve tubes. Clear? Next, starch consists of large number of helices. Due to presence of helices, it hold with iodine molecules. It hold iodine molecules. It gives blue color with the iodine solution. Very simple concept. Take 1 teaspoon of any powder like rice powder, wheat powder, any dough, your wish. Add few drops of iodine reagent. Obviously starch turn into blue color. That means what? Due to presence of helices, helical structures, starch able to hold iodine molecules. Due to this region, starch gives blue color with iodine test. Next to inulin, very important. Which is the smallest polysaccharide? Means inulin. Inulin is a polymer of fructose. It is a polymer of fructose, a type of monomer, a type of sugar. Clear? This is the smallest polysaccharide. Next to you don't confuse between inulin and insulin. Inulin, a polymer of fructose. Insulin, a hormone. Don't confuse. Next, cellulose. Basically, each and every part of the plant cell wall is made up of cellulose, like root cells, stem cells, leaf cells, fruit cells, flower cells. Each and every part of the plant cell wall is composed of cellulose. Clear? But in cellulose, helices are absent. Like this, helices are absent. Due to lack of helices, it never held with iodine molecules. It never hold iodine molecules. Hence, cellulose, it won't give blue color with iodine solution. That is the difference between starch and cellulose. Clear? Once I repeat, starch consists of large number of helices. Due to presence of helices, it hold iodine molecules. Hence, it gives blue color with iodine solution. Whereas in cellulose, where is helices? No helices, no spring-like structures. Hence, it is unable to hold iodine molecules. It never give any color with iodine. That's all. Next, glycogen. Glycogen also called animal starch. Animal starch. In human body, an example. In human body, excess of glucose turn into glycogen. In presence of an enzyme, a hormone, namely insulin hormone. In presence of insulin hormone, excess of glucose convert into glycogen. Then glycogen temporarily store in liver cells, hepatocytes, liver cells. During fasting times, rosa, fasting times, glycogen again convert into glucose in presence of another hormone called glucagon. In such a way, our body pick up energy from glycogen. Hence, glycogen also called animal starch. Once go in NCERT, chemical structure of glycogen given. My suggestion, once go through the chemical structure of glycogen. Right end, left end, right end, left end. Left end ends with the amino group, whereas right end ends with the carboxyl group. COOH is carboxyl group. NH3 amino group. NH2. Main branch, sub branches. Right end, left end. Right end also called reducing end. Left end also called non-reducing end. Sometimes a question paper setter prepare question based on end part, which is right end, which is left end, which is reducing end, and which is non-reducing end. Clear? And roughly go through chemical structure of main branch and sub branches. An example, hexose sugar, OH, 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 CH2OH. Next, another hexo sugar. OH, 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 CH2OH. Clear? So this adjacent glucose molecules binds with each other with 1 to 4 linkage. How means? By eliminating water molecule. By eliminating one water molecule, a type of bond formed between adjacent glucose molecules. See, the water molecule removed. It is called glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond, very important. Glycosidic bond. Numbering also very important. First carbon, second carbon, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Observe positions. First carbon of one sugar bind with the fourth carbon of next sugar. These two combined condense to form glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond. Such linkage also called 1 to 4 linkage. 1 to 4 linkage. Clear? 1 means first carbon, 4 means fourth carbon. First carbon of one sugar and fourth carbon of another sugar means adjacent sugar combine and condense to form a bond called glycosidic bond. Here one water molecule removed. Such linkage is known as 1 to 4 linkage. 1 to 4 linkage common in main branch and sub branches also. Whereas sub branch attached with the main branch with 1 to 6 linkage. 1 to 6 linkage. So my suggestion, once you go through glycogen chemical structure, don't forget. It is NCERT book concept. Important, right? That is about polysaccharides. Next, nucleic acids. Nucleic acids. Nucleic acids means acids which are present inside the nucleus called nucleic acids are of two kinds, DNA, RNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid, ribonucleic acid. Okay, DNA and RNA. DNA and RNA. As all of you know, adenine pair with thymine, guanine pair with cytosine. In case of RNA, adenine pair with uracil and guanine pair with cytosine. Adenine and guanine are called purines, whereas thymine and cytosine are called pyrimidines. Clear? Which is the first genetic material means RNA. Later, by taking small chemical changes, chemical modifications, DNA derived from RNA after some time period. And who first isolated DNA means Friedrich Miescher. Remember once second year syllabus, molecular basis of inheritance. Clear? A famous scientist, Friedrich Miescher, first isolated nucleic acid from nucleus of pus cell, and he only coined the term nuclein. Later, the term nuclein modified into DNA. Clear? So DNA is the main genetic material in majority of organisms, plants, animals, microbes, even some viruses, etc. DNA main function inheritance or heredity. Okay, the process of transmission of characters from parent to progeny called inheritance. DNA basically made up of three components that also you know very well: nitrogen bases, pentose sugars, and phosphate group. Nitrogen bases are of five kinds: adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, and uracil. Out of which adenine pair with thymine, guanine pair with cytosine, double bond, triple bond. It is common in DNA. In case of RNA, adenine pair with uracil instead of thymine. Difference. While guanine pair with cytosine with a triple bond. So guanine, cytosine common in DNA and RNA. Even adenine also common. The main difference is thymine and cytosine. DNA structurally more stable. Some differences I am discussing here. DNA structurally more stable, chemically less reactive. While RNA reverse, structurally unstable and chemically more reactive. Why? Reason important. DNA adenine pair with thymine. Due to this reason, DNA structurally more stable, chemically less reactive. While RNA, in RNA adenine pair with uracil. Hence, due to this reason, RNA structurally unstable and chemically more reactive. One more difference: DNA consists of deoxyribose sugar, whereas RNA contains ribose sugar. In ribose sugar, at second carbon, there is OH group, hydroxyl group. Due to presence of hydroxyl group, ribose sugar is present in RNA. Hence, RNA is structurally unstable and chemically more reactive. Clear? But in DNA, at second carbon, O group is absent. Means oxygen is deleted. Hence, it is called deoxyribose sugar. That is about DNA. Next, RNA. What is the function of RNA? RNA function, RNA are of two kinds: genetic RNA, non-genetic RNA. Genetic RNA function inheritance. Genetic RNA again are of two kinds: ssRNA, dsRNA. Single strand RNA, double strand RNA. Okay, ssRNA common in some viruses. dsRNA also common in some viruses. Clear? Next, non-genetic RNA. Non-genetic RNA are of four kinds: mRNA, messenger RNA; tRNA, transfer RNA; rRNA, ribosomal RNA; and snRNA. SN stands for small nuclear RNA. Small nuclear RNA. These four types of RNA together involved in protein synthesis. Hence, the total protein synthesizing mechanism evolved around RNA. Even DNA also depend on RNA for protein synthesis. You recall once central dogma of molecular biology. Okay, transcription, translation and all. Clear? That is briefly about nucleic acids. Nucleic acid also a type of bio macromolecule. That's all. Next to structure of DNA. 5 prime, 3 prime, 5 prime, 3 prime, reverse. Adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, guanine, thymine, adenine, etc. You know well structure of DNA. What is the structure of DNA? What are the components present in DNA? Okay. Next, their measurements, DNA measurements, also important. Clear? Distance between two strands about 2 nanometer. 2 nanometer or 20 angstrom units. A group of 10 base pairs, 4 plus 4. A group of 10 base pairs equals to one pitch. Pitch also called turn or helix. Helix. The length of the pitch 3.4 nanometer or 34 angstrom units. Number of bonds, H bonds, hydrogen bonds, minimum 20, maximum 30 hydrogen bonds present in each turn. Next, distance between two successive base pairs approximately about 0.34 nanometer or 3.4 angstrom units. You just once go through structure of DNA, observe what are the parts in DNA, measurements of DNA. That was important for NEET objective exam. Clear? From this area, one question asked in 2020 NEET objective exam. Adenine pair with thymine with how many bonds? 2 bonds. Answer 2 bonds. 2 hydrogen bonds. That is 2020 NEET objective question. Okay? 2020 NEET objective exam question. Important. So question paper setter prepare question from any corner or any direction of the structure of DNA. So by suggestion, carefully study once structure of DNA, components of DNA and measurements of DNA. What is nucleoside? What is nucleotide? Types of nucleosides, types of nucleotides. That whole topic important. Nucleoside means the combination of base and sugar. The combination of base and sugar is called nucleoside. Nucleotide means the combination of nucleoside plus phosphate group called nucleotide. Clear? Nucleosides are of 2 kinds. Ribonucleoside, deoxyribonucleoside. Similarly, nucleotide also are of 2 kinds. Ribonucleotide, deoxyribonucleotide. Read all these points. Don't forget my suggestion. The total nucleic acids topic completed. Structure of proteins. Protein structure. Protein structure. Primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure and quaternary structure. Important. Since protein is bio-macromolecule, it shows 4-dimensional structure. 4-dimensional structure called quaternary structure. First, primary structure. In NCERT book clearly given a primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary structure diagrams. Study carefully once diagrammatic representation. Similarly, go through paragraph lines. Read paragraph lines. First, primary structure. Primary structure of the protein is basically made up of large number of amino acids. Large number of amino acids. Distance between 2 adjacent amino acids 0.35 nanometer. It is peptide bond. Peptide bond. Clear? Primary structure. I wrote short form. Primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. Try to understand. Primary structure of the protein equals to one polypeptide. Each polypeptide basically made up of several amino acids. Adjacent amino acids binds with peptide bond. Distance between 2 amino acids or 2 peptide bonds, both are same, approximately 0.35 nanometer. But the primary structure of the protein, it never give any functional properties of protein. It never give information about any functional properties of proteins. That's all. Next, secondary structure. Second structure of protein consists of mainly 2 structures, alpha helix and beta sheet, beta plated sheet. Beta plated sheet. alpha helix and beta plated sheet. Okay. Adjacent amino acids join with each other with peptide bonds. Once go through alpha helix and what is beta plated sheet. And third one, tertiary structure. It is just a rough diagram of tertiary structure of protein. In tertiary structure, several polypeptides fold upon itself like a hollow woolen ball. Clear? And the tertiary structure of the protein consists of several types of bonding, like disulfide bond, ionic bond, next hydrogen bond and hydrophobic bond, etc. There are 4 different types of bond found in tertiary structure of the protein. Disulfide bond, SS bond, disulfide bond, ionic bond, hydrogen bond and hydrophobic bond. These are the various types of bonding found in tertiary structure of the protein. Very important for NEET objective exam, because tertiary protein means tertiary structure of the protein is obviously essential for metabolically more active proteins. Okay, for all metabolically active proteins require tertiary structure of the protein. One important NEET objective question. Fix in mind, don't forget, don't do neglect. Clear? Next, quaternary structure. That means qua means 4. First polypeptide, second polypeptide, third polypeptide and fourth polypeptide. There are 4 polypeptide chains. Adjacent polypeptides join with each other with same bonds. Whatever I written just now here, same bonds say. Disulfide bond, ionic bond, hydrogen bond and hydrophobic bond. Hence, 4 different types of polypeptide chains join with each other to form quaternary structure of the protein. These are the 4 different types of 4 different structures of the protein. I am expecting at least one question compulsorily from structure of proteins. Clear? All of you practice NCERT diagrams and NCERT paragraph lines enough. Then practice objective questions. Next, nature of bond. Nature of bond linking. Monomer in a polymer. Nature of bond linking monomer in a polymer. Monomers. Bonding are of various kinds. Example, glycosidic bond, ester bond, phosphodiester bond, and hydrogen bond, hydrogen bond, etc. Glycosidic bond common in carbohydrates, carbohydrate short form. Ester bonds common in lipids. Next, phosphodiester bonds common in nucleic acids. Like DNA and RNA. Hydrogen bonds, it is common in all. Next to peptide bond. Common in proteins. 4 types of bonding, very important for NEET objective exam. Very important. Glycosidic bond formed in polysaccharides, a type of carbohydrates. Just now I wrote here 1 to 4 linkage, 1 to 6 linkage in glycogen. Clear? That and all glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond formed between first carbon of the one sugar and fourth carbon of the next sugar, or first carbon of the one sugar and sixth carbon of the adjacent sugar combined to form glycosidic bond. Ester bonds common in lipids and fats, whereas phosphodiester bond different. Don't confuse between ester bond and phosphodiester bond. Ester bonds present in lipids, while phosphodiester bonds found in nucleic acids such as DNA and RNA. Adjacent nucleotides join with each other with the help of phosphodiester bond. That's all. Clear? Next, peptide bond. You know very well, proteins are basically made up of peptide bonds. Clear? That is about nature of bond linking monomers in a polymer. I am expecting at least one question compulsorily from different types of bonding. Next topic, concept of metabolism. It is a dry topic. Concept of metabolism. It is simple topic, dry topic. You try to read in NCERT lines. Metabolism is what? The combination of anabolism and catabolism together called metabolism. Anabolism example, photosynthesis. Anabolism means food construction process, body building process, food synthesizing process. Catabolism means breakdown process, food breakdown process. Anabolism example, photosynthesis, whereas catabolism example, respiration. Together called metabolism. Read rest of the general paragraph lines. Clear? Next to last concept, enzymes. This is the last concept from this chapter, enzymes. All proteins are basically made up of enzymes. All enzymes except one enzyme that I told, ribozyme enzyme. Except ribozyme, it is a type of RNase enzyme. Except ribozyme, rest of the all enzymes are basically made up of proteins. Hence, enzymes also exhibit 4 types of structures: primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary structure like proteins. Because basically enzymes are made up of proteins. Protein has 4 structures. Obviously, enzyme also have 4 structures. Enzyme function. Enzymes enhance the rate of reaction. It speed up the rate of reaction. In presence of enzyme, substrate immediately convert into products. An example, carbon dioxide plus water gives rise to double arrow mark H2CO3. It is carbonic acid. Carbon dioxide and water combined to form H2CO3 called carbonic acid product. In presence of enzyme, this reaction produces 6 lakhs 6 lakhs molecules. 6 lakhs molecules of carbonic acid. Whereas in options of enzyme, the same chemical reaction produce only 200 molecules. Only 200 molecules. Imagine with enzyme, without enzyme differences. Once repeat, fix in mind, don't forget. In presence of enzyme example, carbonic anhydrase. In presence of carbonic anhydrase enzyme, carbon dioxide and water combine to form highest number of molecules, approximately about 6 lakhs molecules per minute. In absence of enzyme, the same chemical reaction produce very limited number of molecules, approximately about 200 molecules of carbonic acid. That is the importance of enzyme. In such a way, enzyme speed up the rate of reaction. Understood now? Clear? Some simple chemical reactions mentioned in NCERT roughly go through chemical reactions. Suppose barium hydroxide, barium sulfate, okay, interchange. That chemical reactions once you practice, don't do neglect. Concept of activation energy. Concept of activation energy. Just 10 seconds, I take one more marker. AE means, A stands for activation energy. Once go through graphical representation. X axis, Y axis, S for substrate, progress of reaction, potential energy, take potential energy on Y axis, these are products. Transition state, endothermic reaction, exothermic reaction, exothermic reaction occur with enzyme, the presence of enzyme. It occur without enzyme, The very important graphical representation, NCERT book graph, don't do neglect. X axis, Y axis, take progress of reaction on X axis and potential energy on Y axis. S for substrate. Okay, there are two curves, one is small curve, other one is long curve. Small curve represent exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction occur in presence of enzyme, means with enzyme. Whereas endothermic reaction Endothermic reaction occur in absence of enzyme, without enzyme. That is called endothermic reaction. Transition state means point where substrate convert into product. A point where substrate convert into product called transition state. It is substrate. Okay, see, substrate convert into products. Substrate convert into products. So it is defined as a point where substrate convert into product called transition state. And what is the meaning of activation energy? Means the amount of energy required for conversion of substrate into product called activation energy. See, small arrow